Alright, let's talk about something that's been seriously underrated in the health and nutrition world: beans. Yay, beans. I know, it sounds basic, but personally, I think they're one of the most overlooked superfoods out there. And here's why: they're affordable, packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, yet fewer than 14% of American adults eat them daily. That's wild, right? What makes this really interesting is that beans are like the Swiss Army knife of food. They're versatile, nutrient-dense, and can fit into almost any diet. But here's the thing: they're not just a side dish, they're a game-changer for your health. Studies show they can lower the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. So, why aren't more people eating them? In my opinion, it's a mix of habit and maybe a lack of creativity in the kitchen. But today, I'm here to change that. Let's dive into the 8 healthiest beans you should be eating more of, and trust me, I'm not just listing them, I'm breaking down why they matter and how to actually use them. First up, black beans. These guys are like the MVP of the bean world. With 8 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber per half-cup serving, they're a powerhouse. But what many people don't realize is that black beans are also loaded with antioxidants, which are crucial for fighting inflammation. Personally, I love tossing them into a salad with corn, bell peppers, avocado, and a spoonful of salsa. It's simple, but it's a meal that keeps me full and energized. If you take a step back and think about it, this is the kind of food that proves healthy eating doesn't have to be complicated. Next, chickpeas. Technically a legume, but who's counting? What makes chickpeas stand out is their versatility. You can air fry them for a crunchy snack, toss them into salads, or even use them in desserts. Yes, desserts. Hummus, made from chickpeas, is another game changer. Research shows that people who eat chickpeas regularly tend to have higher intakes of fiber, folate, and iron. From my perspective, this is a no-brainer addition to your diet. A detail I find fascinating is that chickpeas have been a staple in Middle Eastern cuisine for centuries, yet they're only now gaining mainstream popularity in the West. What this really suggests is that we've been missing out on a cultural and nutritional treasure. Now, let's talk lentils. These little guys are often overlooked, but they're a plant-based iron powerhouse. What makes them really interesting is their texture. They've got this ground meat vibe that makes them perfect for vegetarian tacos or spaghetti sauce. I've also started mixing them with chopped walnuts, which adds omega-3s and extra fiber. This combo is not just delicious, it's a heart-healthy, brain-boosting, gut-friendly meal. One thing that immediately stands out is how lentils are so easy to cook, no soaking required. If you're someone who's intimidated by beans, lentils are a great place to start. Moving on to edamame. These are basically immature soybeans, and they're a staple in my freezer. A half-cup serving gives you 9 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. I love tossing them into a quick bowl with cucumber, brown rice, and a drizzle of sesame oil. It's a 5-minute meal that feels way fancier than it should. What many people don't realize is that edamame is also a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids. This raises a deeper question: why aren't we using edamame more often in our daily meals? It's affordable, nutritious, and incredibly easy to prepare. White beans are next, and they're the unsung hero of creaminess. With 9 grams of protein per half cup, they're a great addition to tuna salad or egg salad. But here's a trick I've been loving: blending leftover white beans into smoothies. It sounds weird, but trust me, it adds this creamy texture without any added sugar. What this really suggests is that beans can be way more versatile than we give them credit for. They're not just for soups and stews, they can elevate your breakfast too. Now, pinto beans. These might have a special edge when it comes to cholesterol. While all beans help clear cholesterol from the bloodstream, studies suggest pinto beans might also reduce cholesterol synthesis in the liver. In one trial, just a half cup a day lowered LDL cholesterol by over 8%. That's impressive. Personally, I think pinto beans are underrated in the health community. They're often associated with refried beans, but they can be so much more. If you're looking to improve your heart health, pinto beans should be on your radar. Kidney beans are up next, and they're like the bodyguard of your high-fat meals. If you're indulging in something greasy, like a bacon cheeseburger, pairing it with kidney beans can help mitigate some of the damage. They're rich in soluble fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar and cholesterol levels. What makes this really interesting is that kidney beans are often used in comfort foods like chili, but their health benefits are rarely highlighted. From my perspective, this is a missed opportunity to make our favorite dishes healthier without sacrificing flavor. Finally, black-eyed peas. These are the unsung hero of cowboy caviar, a cold bean salad that's perfect for summer picnics. With a solid dose of protein, fiber, and iron, they deserve a permanent spot in your rotation. What many people don't realize is that black-eyed peas are also rich in folate, which is essential for cell repair and maintenance. If you take a step back and think about it, these beans are like a multivitamin in food form. They're affordable, easy to prepare, and packed with nutrients. So, here's my closing thought: beans aren't just a cheap protein source, they're a nutritional powerhouse that can transform your health. But more than that, they're a reminder that healthy eating doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. Personally, I think the key to incorporating more beans into your diet is creativity. Whether it's blending them into smoothies, air frying them for snacks, or tossing them into salads, there's no limit to how you can use them. What's your favorite way to eat beans? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's make beans cool again, your body will thank you.